Welcome to Board to Table. My name is Lee McDowell. At Board to Table, we take a brief look at board games, how they play, how we can enhance the game experience, and how we can keep the dust off of boxes by getting them to the table. We want to bring more people into this amazing hobby, a hobby that goes beyond just playing a game in hopes of producing a rich and meaningful social gathering where people can talk, they can share, experience, and grow closer. So thank you for joining us today as we take a look at Shadows over Camelot is a cooperative hand management board game for 3 to 7 players. Each player represents a knight of the round table, and they must work together to conquer a number of quests, ranging from defeating the Picts and Saxons to the search for the Holy Grail. Conquered quests allow you to return white swords to the round table. On each knight's turn, the knight takes a heroic action, such as moving to a new quest, building his hand, or playing cards to advance the forces of good. However, each must also choose one of 3 evil actions, each of which will bring black swords to the table and thus bring Camelot closer to defeat. Once 12 swords are placed at the round table, the game ends and either good or evil will prevail. Let's take a look at the table. In Shadows over Camelot, you're going to begin the game after you've picked your knight, and you're going to be dealt 6 cards. One of those is going to be a Merlin card, and the other 5 are going to be dealt randomly from this white deck right here. Now, the first thing you're going to do on your turn is you're going to progress evil. There are 3 ways you can progress evil. One of the ways you can progress evil is by turning over one of these black cards. Now, these black cards are always bad things. They could be anything from making you discard a guard to losing a life point to adding a card to Excalibur. The other thing you can do is add a siege engine. And you add those to one of these spaces on the board in front of the castle. Now, the third thing you can do is simply take your life point die and turn it down 1. Now, after you've progressed evil, the next thing you're going to do is your knight action. Now, you're going to have 1 action per turn, and that's going to be to move from Camelot to one of the quests, or to move from one of the quests to another quest, or from one of the quests back to Camelot. The other thing you can do is you can fight the siege engines, and that's very simple. On your turn, you're going to discard a number of these numbered cards here to where the total you believe will be higher than the roll of this red die. So, for instance, if I played a 5 and I rolled the red die and I rolled a 7, I have lost. But if I win, then I get to remove that siege engine. So there I have fought a siege engine. That's one way to hold back the progression of evil. Some of the other things you can do on your turns. You can move to different quests, and it's very simple. If you move to the Picts or the Saxons, when you get there, you can play 1 card on your turn, and you have to play those in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and once you do that, you have completed that quest. And all the quests will have a little box here, 1 a red one and 1 a white one. The red one is bad. That shows you all the bad things to happen if you fail that quest. This white one is the good. It's all the good things you'll get if you pass that quest. Another quest you can go on is the Black Knight. When you get to the Black Knight, you're going to pick cards from your hand, the numbered cards, and you're going to play them face down. Now, you can play down any cards you want as long as these 2 cards are the same and these 2 cards are the same. Once all the black cards show up for the Black Knight, you'll turn over the black cards and you'll turn over your white cards. And if your totals are higher, then you have defeated the Black Knight. Otherwise, the Black Knight wins. When you go to the Holy Grail and search for that, you're going to begin by playing a Grail card here. And you must complete that. If despair works its way all the way to the left, you lose. If you work your way all the way to the right, you win. The other thing is Lancelot's armor, and it's going to operate fairly similar to the Black Knight, except you're going to play 3 numbered cards, all of the same number, and then 2 numbered cards, all of the same number. And when you get to Excalibur, you're just going to merely play a card, and that's going to move Excalibur one space closer to you. So when you win a quest, it's going to tell you if you get any swords. And so let's say that we won the Saxons here. So we're going to get 1 sword. That sword will be placed on the round table as so. And as we continue to beat quests, we will continue to add more swords. And whoever has the most swords at the end of the game, that side is going to win. Now, I mentioned that this is a cooperative game, so yes, you've got the side of evil and the side of good, and you're all playing knights on the side of good. There is another little element to that. At the beginning of the game, you're going to take a number of these cards, these loyal cards, and then a trader card, and you're going to take them and deal them out. You don't know who is what, but if you are loyal, then you are playing to win the game. If you are a trader, you are going to try to throw the game so evil can win, because if evil wins, then you as a trader, you also win. What a great game. It's exciting. It's got some tension. There's just a lot of things that are there to enjoy about it. One of the things we want to talk about here at Board to Table is how do we get this game from the shelf to the table? What are things that we can do to enhance that experience to make it a rich environment? There's so many things you can do. There's a couple of things that I've done specifically for Shadows over Camelot. One is I've painted my miniatures, which is something that you don't have to do. You don't have to do it to the extent I did. I am not a professional painter. But I did go out and spend some money, buy some paint, and started to paint them. And it turned out great. It really helps when we're playing the game. It looks really good. So let's take a quick moment and just get a good look at those. That's a great thing you can do, painting the miniatures. Another thing you can do is some ambient music. Now, I recommend going to YouTube and searching for epic medieval battles. And there's a lot of playlists there. Just play those low in the background. What it does is get rid of some of the dead noise in the room and just add something in the background. Another thing you can do is have everybody speak in the genre, in the times of the game. In this case, medieval knights, that whole idea. One of the things you can do is go to BoardGameGeek.com, go ahead and create an account, and then type in Shadows over Camelot in the search box, click on the game, and you're going to see a whole bunch of things there. You're going to see some forums where people have posted some ideas, questions, what have you. You're also going to see a files section where people have posted some files about the games, from how to teach the game really quickly, some additional player aids. One of the things you're going to see is a variant to the game. There are many variants, but one of the variants you're going to see is Shadows over Spamalot, which is a Monty Python and the whole Search for the Holy Grail thing. It's got new player cards and it's got some little standee. It's pretty neat. But BoardGameGeek.com is a great place to go to find out more about games, to see pictures, see how other people have painted their miniatures, all of that. Anyway, one of the things we need to know about this game is it can be played with a lot of ages. I don't even know what ages it says on the box, and I don't care. I've got a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. We played the game a couple years ago. One of the things you can do if you're playing with younger kids is you can play with them, be on the same team, same character, and help them understand how to start playing these games. Ultimately, it's a game that can invite people in. So if you're inviting your coworkers, your church family, your distant relatives, whoever it may be, your neighbors, man, sitting them around a table, playing a game, talking, communicating, you're going to learn a lot about each other. You may even learn that you like your neighbors. Who knows? Get together, play games. It's better than just sitting in front of the TV or in front of a video game console all the time. Those are great activities to do, but this is a great one too. So from us here at Board to Table, we encourage you to play games, invite people over, enhance the environment, build the richness of the game, grow friendships, and learn more about each other. And most importantly, have fun. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Where's that greener grass you've been looking for? You can't see it anywhere.